What's poppin'? How's it going, y'all? What's good? I want to talk to you real quick about money, more specifically budgeting strategies and wealth building tactics because they kind of go one and the same. Before we get into that, I need you to understand something about money. Money is a frequency. It is the frequency of abundance because the actual physical thing about money doesn't really exist. It's a created, made up concept. It's an idea, right? The reality behind it is a frequency of abundance, right? On the other end of that frequency is the frequency of lack and or scarcity, which is a lie, right? Because we always have exactly everything we need. Anyways, so in order to stay in the state of abundance, right? Well, what determines our frequency and our state of abundance, right? Is our emotional state. Our emotional state is what determines our frequency. So, what puts us in a state and frequency of lack is when we are in states of lack. And obviously, if you're fucking running out of money and like you're having difficulty make ends meet, you're gonna be in a state of lack, especially especially if your money is not consistent, right? Especially if you are have a lot of money one week and broke the next week, right? That's going to create an inconsistent flow of your money. So if we can stabilize and create a consistent flow of money where you have the same amount of money every week, that's going to create an easier ability for yourself to, create that emotional state where you're okay with it, right? Now, what I've learned about emotional states, it it really has to do with your perception of the emotion of the state you're in, not so much as the state you're in. Meaning that I've seen people in really shitty situations be happy, and I've seen people in really good situations be unhappy, right? So, for example, I'll give you my personal example of this. I've been in prison in the first couple of weeks and or months. It's terrible, right? And then months go by, weeks go by, and nothing has changed. It's still exactly the same, but somehow I am not so upset. I am talking. I am making friends. I am happy. You can probably, if you haven't been in prison, you can probably relate to any kind of situation you've been into where you weren't so happy about it in the beginning, but eventually you kind of got over it and you learned to be happy about it, right? The emotional state is usually dependent upon your perception of it, not so much of the actual thing.